I've been feeling good. Yeah, I mean, it's been obviously a long journey, but I'm excited to, finally be back out here. So it's been fun.
What's your feeling about what you need to do before you're ready to play a game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been, just running routes on air and kind of doing everything that way, but I feel good, feel great. So just kind of getting back into football shape and, starting to feel bodies into space again and just, the excitement of football, just game you've been playing. It's kind of like riding a bike. So just excited to be back out there with the guys.
Does the winning that they're doing make you a little restless and like want to get back out there even faster?
I mean, yeah, for sure. But I mean, there's a vibe around here, but there always is. So I think whatever, however the guys are doing, I just want to be out there with them and obviously enjoy the winning with them. And even if that's not where we were at in the point, but to be just out there with the guys playing the game that you love. So I think it's just football. So that's going to be fun either way.
What do you think you'll bring to this offense with Sam Darnold now when you get back?
Obviously, Sam's been balling. All the guys have been balling. JJ, JA, Speedy, tight ends. We've had a couple tuds the last couple weeks. So just excited to, when I get out there, I like to have fun, put a smile on people's faces. So I think that's just really what I'm excited to get out there to do is just enjoy the moment with the guys and really just continue to, be a part of this team and just bring a vibe that, we already have, but I can continue out on the field.
Would you vocalize if you felt you were ready before the 21-day window, or how would you approach that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I've been pushing to get out there as fast as I can. But obviously, I told them at the beginning is I'm kind of a workhorse, throughout this whole process. I'm going to do everything times two that you're going to tell me to do, So you're going to have to put the reins on me and pull me back, which, I have to give credit to a lot of these guys, the coaching staff, the PT staff. Matt has been incredible. Tyler's been incredible. But they know who I am and how I work. I'm just going to go 2 times as much as they're going to tell me, and they're going to have to pull me back and hold me down a little bit to continue this rehab just because it is a little different than what I've ever gone through. So they've done an incredible job, and it's been fun to work with all these guys.
What's this journey taught you about how you face adversity and have patience, and what's it taught you about yourself?
Yeah, obviously it's taught you a lot. You kind of, you dig into who you are as a person, what kind of, support group you have, and all those things. I mean, when you're in a dark place, you really see who the people are around you, and to be part of the Minnesota Vikings and to be part of the staff, and obviously to have my family and the people around me, my wife, everybody has been incredible. I can't say enough about good things about the Minnesota Vikings, the organization, the ownership, the coaching staff, the PT staff. Everybody's been there throughout the entire steps. I mean, there's still steps I have to go through, but from day one, they've texted me, they've called me, asked me how I'm doing. They've had a plan set forward, and all I've done is attack that plan, and all they've done is prepare me for this step. So.
Is there kind of a mental hurdle that you have to get past when it comes to not even thinking about the knee or getting hit at all?
I think a little bit, but I'm kind of one of those people that it is what it is. I mean, you can't do anything about it. You just got to go out there and be the player that you are. If something happens, it happens, and you'll worry about it then. But there's no reason to worry about it now. So you just got to go out there and attack every day like it's your last. And when they stop you and they pull you out off the field and they tell you it's your last snap, that's when it is. But you can't think about that beforehand, and you just got to kind of get over that mental hurdle.
When you saw the schedule, did after the bye sort of make sense at all as a target, or did you have any sort of?
I think, again, these guys have done a really good job of just, not really putting timelines in my head, because that stuff kind of gets to me. I mean, I want to attack every day, with a goal in mind, and I want to make sure I achieve that goal. And so if they would have put a long-term goal on me, if they would have, put a set date and possibly I didn't get to it, that would have got to me. So to be, they did a really good job of just being like, hey, today's today, and attack that goal and go after it. So that's what I've done throughout this entire process. I mean, there's been hundreds of goals, and, I've tried to hit every single one of them. So it's just been a time process, and we've done a really good job at that.
Season to this season?
Really just the consistency. Week in and week out, man, we've really been dialed in, focusing on the game plan and going out there and really executing it. I feel like that's really been the biggest thing, and we all just been trusting the process, taking it a week at a time, and going out there on the play and performing at a high level.
What's that chip on the shoulder like for this group up front, knowing that the success of the offense starts with you guys?
Oh, man, we know we're running the ball well. We're going to get more run calls played, and that's where it starts at. And as this year you've been seeing, we've been toting that rock and being able to get those play action passes off and those explosive plays like that. So it's really just kind of taking it as a pride, just being the most physical group on the field, and just setting the tone for the whole team and just carrying ourselves like that.
I feel like you're one of the more underrated players in the National Football League. Each week you're going up against some of the game's best, where it's a Bosa or a Daniil Hunter or Will Anderson. What's it like taking on those challenges each and every week?
Man, I enjoy it. It's fun going out there and playing against the best. That's what you want, and I couldn't ask for nothing less to be able to compete against those guys and really test my game week in and week out, man. And it's just really, you got to be laser focused and taking things a play at a time. Those dudes, they're great at what they do as well. So if they make a play, it's all about what you're going to do that next play. So I take it as I love it. I embrace the challenge, and I go out there and just have fun with it.
Last question I have for you. What do the Jets present up front? What type of unique challenges will you guys be facing this week?
Man, I feel like kind of the similar fronts that we've been playing those first few weeks. They got the jet front, so them boys are shooting up the field, kind of reading the pass, the run from the pass. So they're trying to attack the quarterback, and we just got to have our feet in the ground. And just like I said, laser focus and just taking things play at a time. They got some dudes up front, and that's going to make plays. And it's all about us making more plays than they make.
Right. Appreciate you, CD. Like Aaron Rodgers, what are some of the biggest keys for the secondary?
Take away his key components, first off, stopping the run, then taking off his receivers off the board. I know he got some great guys over there. So the main thing you got to do is contain those guys as well and kind of make him make mistakes by taking away all his key opponents.
Do you think with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, who's been around, who's seen a lot of the defenses and disguises, do you guys have to be more complex in your disguises, or do you think you just have to win your one-on-one battles?
I don't think it got to be more complex. I think we got to continue to play our ball the way we play it. We got to be crisp. We got to be clean in general, no matter who we're playing. But at the end of the day, we definitely got to win our one-on-ones. And I think that no matter who you're playing, you got to win your one-on-one battles and kind of make the quarterback make the mistakes. And playing against a guy like that who's been around for so long, we got to put him in situations that he might not be used to, or some situations that he may not be able to defeat the same way he used to. So, that's some of the things that we'll be looking at. We're going to continue to figure out, what will work best. But at the end of the day, we got to be clean as a defense.
For you, individually, what's it like when you get a chance to go up against one of the game's best, a future Hall of Fame quarterback?
Oh, man, it's always a great time to do that. He was the first person I played my first game ever in the league. Week one, rookie year, he was one of those guys. I can tell you about how this game went. If I left the game with 15 tackles and 7 pass breakups, and so you can tell, I know this guy very well. But no, man, it's always great to play against guys like that. These are something that you tell your kids and your future kids, these stories. Playing against the Hall of Fames, these greats, or playing with them or against them. So something that I hold dear, that I definitely tell for years to come.
All right, appreciate it. So after just missing those last couple of weeks, having to sit on the sideline and watch your dogs go to work.
I hate missing games, period. Right. I ain't never missed a game since high school.
This is your first missed game since high school?
Yeah, probably. I think so.
What goes through your mind during that time when you're sitting outside?
I'm happy for them to be out there and playing and stuff, but I just want to be out there with them. Like, it's just fun. It's like my passion to play football all the time. I just want to go hit somebody.
Mekhi Blackman had a perfect tweet about you one day. He said, just imagine the worst 2-year-old and a pit bull, and that's what we have in Ivan Pace. How would you describe that mentality on the field? How does that benefit this defense?
My nickname is Tasmanian Devil, man. I even got the tattoo for it. That's me. Just crazy. But I just go out there and just find the ball, man. Study the playbook, see what they got going, and then I just go find the ball and just tear it up.
Let me ask you this question. We asked a couple of weeks ago, you told me that Brian Flores was building this team up to be one of those dogs like the Eagles, the 49ers. Where do you think this defense can go after 4 weeks of the season and seeing you guys?
I feel like we can take it as far as we want as long as we stay together.
Last season, what was the big takeaway that you learned from that game and that comeback, and what you guys needed to focus on, to close out those games better?
Just staying together and not separating. Make sure we all locked in and got one goal. Like, we was losing players. We lost Kirk, lost JJ. I mean, we got JJ back for a little bit, but still, we just got to click together and just stay buckled up together and just keep working.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I think it's not that big of a deal. I mean, every surface, anywhere you go to Meadowlands, you go to Green Bay, you're playing on different kind of surfaces. So, it's all about getting out there pregame and filling the stuff out, getting comfortable. That's why we warm up, to be able to feel comfortable on the turf or grass.
Aaron Rodgers been playing for a long time.
A long time. Experience said 20 on the
right,
on the scouting report this week. It said experience 20. Damn.
What is it like? I mean, you're a professional, you got a job to do, but what is it like still lining up across and looking across and going, I'm watching this guy play?
Oh man, you get that starstruck feeling. I remember my first time lining up against him and Vontae Adams in Lambeau. I gave up a touchdown too. I caught him too much in the moment. I was caught up in the moment too much. A-Rod looked me in the eye. I was like, wow, like I'm really out here. Like next, boom, touchdown. And move on to the next play. But we still won that game. So I got that to hang my hat on. But yeah, it's definitely a different feel when you got a guy like that who's seen it all. He kind of knows what you're going to do before you do it. He tells you where you're supposed to line up. I know Theo Jackson has a funny story where A-Rod told him where to go in a game we played a couple years ago. So it's just cool to be a part of that. And, to have that in my catalog when I'm done playing the league, knowing that I got to play against A-Rod on the two different teams he played on, and being able to just as a defender go against somebody of that talent is what you play the game for.
Appreciate you. Going up against a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, what's the most disciplined thing you have to worry about as a secondary?
I think just knowing that he can put the ball anywhere, and he's seen all defenses. Nothing can really fool him. It's just playing technically sound, being competitive on the back end, and just go from there.
What can you say about a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers' ability to extend plays with his wide receivers? He always excels in the scramble drill, and I feel like that offside stuff.
Yeah, for sure. You got to be disciplined. He loves doing that, so you got to watch the ball, don't jump off sides, and just be disciplined. That's the main thing. Trust the D-line. Trust the D-line to get there and go from there.
For you, year I forgot, but it seems like you're still playing like one of your first couple of years in the league. You look at a stat, so many routes against, but only one completion. How are you feeling right now, and how are you able to keep up this successful career?
I'm just feeling good. It's not easy. Each and every week you got to reset. You got to find ways to get your body back the next week. So I'm just trying to take a day at a time and focus on the next opponent each week and just try to be consistent for my team.
How many players come up to you, opponents or your teammates, and like, Steph, what's the secret? Like, how are you still here doing this at a high level?
Yeah, a lot of them do. I just tell them just to, try to take care of their body, eat right, and do all the little things that you got to do to stay healthy and be able to play as long as I'm playing.
I got one building off what he said earlier. Do we sell that Jets offense short if we just focus on Aaron Rodgers? Because they've shown that running game. Maybe last week not the best example, but they've shown that if you commit yourself to taking away the pass, they can run on you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They got great running backs. They got good receivers. So just last week, it is what it is. But, you got to prove yourself every week. And, you got to be ready for them because they got a lot of talent on their team.
Appreciate you, boss. Defense for you so far?
The amount of playmakers we have, every week there's somebody else making a big play, making a splash play, causing a turnover, causing havoc on the quarterback. We got a lot of guys that can play in the scheme and are very versatile and play at a high level.
Be real with us. Go back to when you signed with Minnesota. Did you expect for this defense to be this good? What were you thinking when you signed here?
I knew Flores always puts out a solid defense, always going to be top of the league. Just the way he, puts a defense together, the way he puts a game plan together, he's always causing havoc, putting a lot of stress on the quarterback and on the O-line, offensive coordinator. So I always knew, from his time in Miami, we always had solid defenses, always, caused turnovers, always had a great red zone defense, and that's what he prides himself on.
How hard was he on you guys in the film room after that comeback this past week, or was he hard at all?
Yeah, he was hard on us because we didn't play up to the standard, especially in that second half. We were giving up chunk plays. It was just a snowball effect, and we had a couple turnovers in there, but I think he said something about like 10 of the 12 plays or something were negative plays for us, so that's unacceptable, and it's something that we got to strive to perfect and get better at.
Looking at it from your position, you look at Aaron Rodgers and you go, he's not fast, he's not real nimble, but yet he's still hard to pin down. From your position, what are the things that make him such a challenge to shut down?
Yeah, he does a good job of getting the ball out of his hands. He knows where the rush is coming from, so he's good at evading. He can sidestep and avoid the rush and be able to get the ball and push it downfield. So he's very smart. He's been in this league for a number of years, and you can tell. And he still has that arm strength and capability to make the big throws.
Thank you.
Corner, when that ball come to me, make a play. Obviously, like I said, they came second half making some plays, and we just knew we had the defense. We had to do something. So thank God it was me that made those 2 plays for our defense to get that done.
Forgive me if I'm getting the years wrong. You weren't here for the last London game here, right?
No, sir.
Have you done an overseas game?
I have not. This will be my first one.
Are you excited about it? Would you rather not deal with the challenges that it presents?
I'm definitely excited. For me, it's just another away game, but obviously this one a little bit different. Means a lot. Obviously going to London, this is a big trip for us, and we just got to go take care of business.
What are the challenges when you know a guy like Aaron Rodgers is under center on the other side of the line?
Knowing he's seen a lot of ball in his career, obviously one of the best. Just knowing he's going to come to the line, see some stuff, he's probably familiar with, make some checks, and we just got to make sure, like I said, the details is locked in and just go compete.
B, what are some of the challenges that you face when a guy jumps off sides, but a guy like Aaron Rodgers extends that play, keeps going, and maybe you guys aren't as focused as you should be because of the offsides?
As corners, as soon as I see that, I'm running. I'm getting back because we obviously know it's a free play. He's trying to get a chunk, and obviously, like you just said, Aaron Rodgers is one of the best at those plays. Obviously, he just had a couple of touchdowns doing that, so as a DB, once I see someone jump outside, I'm getting my ass back because I know that ball is coming. It's probably going to come down the field.
How much have you guys been practicing the hard count this week and focus on it, or is that just like, look, just pay attention to the ball and move when the ball moves?
Obviously, you got to pay. It's details. Always in defense, it's details. But obviously, you got to go practice it because it comes up in the game. But this week is very particular because Coach Flores already hit on it this morning. Hard counts are coming. All those things. Aaron Rodgers trying to get done over there. So we just got to make sure we're on top of our stuff.
For sure. Yes,